York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
Shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time show. Here giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's a worldwide mess right now with these Knicks. Knicks lose to the Hawks 116-100. And guys, woman, I thought we was gonna get this win. I'm not gonna lie. We just beat the Cavs. Without Jalen Brunson, surely we could beat the lowly Hawks. But it just did not happen for us. We only scored 15 points in the first quarter. We kind of tied it up in the third, but we got beat on the boards. They went to the foul line a lot, and we could not hit threes. Could not hit threes at all. We shot 52 threes. And we only hit, let's see, 16, 30%. Yeah. So that's the ball game, guys. That's the ball game. So we're going to talk about the game, the ins and outs, and everything else. Before I do that, I'm going to introduce you to my guys. It's the man, the myth, the legend, the guy, the stats, and the facts.
Ryan G's in the building. Like Jay Ellis, I thought the Knicks would pull this one out, but unfortunately, sometimes we have to remember that this is a competitive sport. Everybody out there are competitors, whether the team is good or not. The Hawks knew that the Knicks smacked them 3 games to zip this season, so they were like, you know what? We cannot let them sweep us this season, and they showed up. You have to give them props.
Yeah, I agree. Without them, they didn't have who's the Trae Young. We didn't have Jalen Brunson, but it is what it is.
Lollipop Head.
Yeah, they missed Lollipop Head, and they still beat us. But it is what it is. We're missing all of our starters too, but I still wanted this win. And of course, and shout out to the new subscriber, Knicks Live. I appreciate you. Also, I want to introduce the rookie of the year on the squad, our girl Ebony, aka Mad Knicks fan. What's going on, Ebony?
Yeah, I'm like I thought we had it too. I definitely thought we had this game, not just being overly confident, but just from like the last time we just played till now, it was totally different, especially on a defensive effort.
Yeah,
we gave up 33 points in the first quarter alone.
Yeah,
that to Atlanta without Trae Young and their backup big. I can't say his name, so I'm not gonna attempt to. But
yeah, he killed us. He was looking like drumming with hops, and I don't know what that was. What's dude's? I need to find his name. Fernando.
Bruno. Yeah, Fernando.
Bruno Fernando was a bully.
But yeah, that's their third string big. Actually, the backup big is it starts with an O. He was out too.
A Congo, yeah.
There you go. I'm not going to do it to myself. But yeah, they were missing players too, and I thought they're a good offensive rebounding team. So they did kill us on the offensive boards. They got a lot of second chance points, but just other things like our defense today, and it looked like a struggle on offense again today.
Yeah,
in parts of the game and droughts of the game, spurts of the game, it looked worse than others, especially in that fourth quarter. It looked a little dry.
And you know what, Ebony? We're missing Jalen Brunson, but we're missing more than anything an inside presence. And Jalen Brunson was an inside presence for us. He was top 3 in the league in scoring in the paint. And when you don't have a guy, we like, all right, he's a high level scorer right here in the paint and give you easy buckets. It makes everything harder. But even with that being said, we missed a whole lot of wide open 3-point shots, like great shots.
Yes, we did. And it's funny you said that though too, Jay, because a part of the game, a lot of part of the game, it just felt like we were just out and shooting threes. Like everything came from the perimeter. It seemed a lot today. And until about, I want to say, Precious kind of gave us a presence in that paint. He started driving to the hole a little bit itself. And Josh Hart picked up the pace also in like the second half because he looked out of it the first half,
Yeah.
but the second half he picked up his energy, and he started pushing the ball. It was a point of the matter in that third quarter where Josh Hart, he either had assisted or scored the ball. It was a little streak he had there, pushing the ball, getting other people involved, and then getting himself involved, couple and ones and things of that nature. So, or getting to the line himself. So yeah, I definitely I see what you're talking about, but about that the post paint presence being missed today.
Yeah.
Um Deuce tried, but you can see that he doesn't really,
Yeah. No, I agree. Like the one, Tom Thibodeau, he's short-handed. He doesn't have all his chess pieces to play the proper chess match that he usually plays. The one thing I would say he maybe should have done, and I understand why he didn't. He might not have done it,
I
but
don't.
Precious Achiuwa was balling. He looked like he was playing for his next contract. I don't think dude missed the whole night. I think he might have been 7 for 7. Well, 7 for 8. 7 for 8 from the field. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. When you're going through the plus minus, there was one guy. He was the only Knick who was a positive tonight. And there's another guy who was a neutral who I felt like should get even more minutes in Sims. But Precious gave us the inside presence that we were missing. And when Ebony sometimes says, kind of ride the hot hand and stop doing the predetermined type of rotations, I feel like this was the ride the hot hand night because nothing else was working but Precious. And I felt like Precious, I feel like I feel like he was just really competitive because let's get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. Precious was guarding who? He was guarding Jones?
Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson. Precious was guarding Johnson, and Johnson was going off. So I felt like Precious was like, nah, you're not just going to drop 26 on me today, and I just not fight back. And he started going to work, and he looked like pipe-sized Julius Randle for a good 5 minutes. He's like, I'm bully balling you left hook, bully ball you left hook, hit you with the head, the bulldozer head where he knocks you over with your head and you fall back. I never seen a guy that thin play so much bully ball, but he did it today. So I feel like we should have played him a couple of more minutes.
I didn't like Tibbs' coached game today with Precious. I get you go Bogey, but Bogey wasn't giving you for a spurt of time, wasn't giving you what you needed. And they were targeting him on defense.
Yep.
Whoever he was guarding, they were going at.
Yep.
So like seeing that and him missing wide open 3-pointers again when we need big 3-pointers, that's becoming a common theme. I got my eye.
Ebony. Me too. I'm my eyes are locked. me too, Ebony. Me too. Ebony, me too. I'm starting to jump ship. I don't know. And shout out to Lee's hasn't been feeling well for the last few days. We'll hope to have him back soon. I know he's out with his pops, so shout out to Lee. But I don't know, man. I might have to rip up the apology letter from Bojan. I might have to rip it up.
I ain't signed it just yet. I don't think I bashed him though. I just thought I had worries, and these worries are starting to. You get what I'm saying? To pop out. They definitely were targeting him. So I thought that he had rolled with Bogey way longer than he should have today, especially with Precious giving you what he gave you. And honestly, if you wanted to do that today, Dante wasn't really on that way. He was making some questionable passes and things of that nature. Maybe you sit Dante and do the Sims Precious Hart kind of lineup because now you got to try anything, and sit Dante if you have to.
It's hard to sit Dante because
I get it, but today it just wasn't his day. People have these games. He hurt us a lot more than he helped us a little bit today.
So, but
that pass he kept trying to do that kept getting intercepted today.
I hear you. It's just who do you go to? Like you said, Dante. We are so thin. There's no one even comparable next to Dante's level of offensive explosion that you can go to say, you know what, they're gonna bring it home. You know, Miles. I mean, Deuce is already playing all the minutes. You're gonna go to Burks, who played 11 minutes. I know you don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
What I think Tibbs did or went away from both was one, sitting Precious, and then Precious kind of jump started Josh Hart a little bit. He started pushing, going to the hole, things of that nature. I think it was he had and we went away from allowing him to play make and be like that point forward or point guard for us. And they put the ball back into Deuce's hands. And that's when things really just got stagnant.
Yeah.
Seeing Deuce trying to force things, trying to bait fouls, trying to do things that he's not really ready for just yet. I get he's trying them. He's trying to get comfortable. I love that take and dunk on Murray.
Yeah.
That was nice. It's like Deuce trying to get a highlight every game. I respect it. I respect it. But yeah, Hart had like a nice pass, like a pushing pass. He pushed in transition and got Bogey an N1, like, and it cut the league down to like 2, and then he came back and then did called his own number in transition, I believe, right after. So like, I think we went away from what was working in that third. We went far away from it in the fourth.
Yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Ryan.
I mean, y'all pretty much said everything. I think the only thing I'm going to really add is that, the Knicks let this game slip away from them early. They weren't able to hit shots in the first quarter, and that's how Atlanta was able to build up their lead. Knicks also couldn't grab a rebound. Atlanta was dominating them on the glass. So those second chance points that the Knicks would usually get, Atlanta was eliminating that. So a lot of those possessions were one and done. So that also hurt the Knicks as well. Bojan Bogdanovic, I know some people are down on him at the moment. The only reason I'm not down on Bojan at the moment is because even though in the fourth quarter he wasn't hitting shots, he still got 19 points. He still was hot at certain parts of the game, and I think you have to think about it long term, because once the Knicks are fully healthy, I don't really think he's going to be in there in those like late fourth quarter minutes. He's going to probably be on the bench. So for me, it's like if he can at least produce when he's in the game, like like in the second quarter, late in the third, early fourth, when he's more likely going to be in the game, I'm cool with that. So that's the only reason why I'm not really down on Bogdanovic. The defense is shaky, but we knew this. We always knew this with him. He's not a great defender, but there were certain possessions in the game where when he was in the game, he was surrounded by all defenders and Burks was on the bench. I do see possibilities where when the Knicks get fully healthy, they could possibly hide him on defense, because they did have some possessions with him on defense where they surrounded him with defenders where the Knicks actually defended well. The issue is that the Knicks couldn't stop penetration. Atlanta penetrated the paint at will, and they dominated in points in the paint as well. For me, the two guys that really stood out to me tonight, besides, Precious is definitely one of them. He did look like Randall Jr. at times, driving to the basket, finishing at the rim. He definitely did look like Randall Jr. And also Jericho Sims is also one guy that stood out to me as well, because on defensively, he was holding his own, and when the Knicks were getting dominated on the glass, I felt like he stepped up and grabbed some of those tough rebounds for the Knicks as well, and were able to like pass it out to open shooters for second chance 3-pointers and stuff like that. So I think you have to definitely pick up Jericho Sims as well tonight. And overall, I also like Deuce's defense on DeJounte Murray. I thought he played really well on defense against him also. But overall, it's just one of those games where it's like, I think Atlanta was probably getting frustrated because I think they said they've been in New York for a week and they lost 2 straight games to the Nets. So, they're coming into that Knicks game even more angry as it is. And then on top of that, the Knicks are depleted. And Atlanta knew that the Knicks took 3 games from them already. They didn't want to get swept. So they were like, you know what, we have to show up tonight. And that's what happens. Sometimes it's just a perfect storm.
Yeah, I still feel like we got this Bojan Burks thing. Like, they're here to be scorers, and I don't know, man. I'm getting frustrated because, like, I came in knowing that both those guys, I knew Bojan was a traffic cone on defense. I was probably the most vocal about not wanting Bojan before the trade happened. I think maybe Ryan was on board too. I think Lee was the only guy.
Yeah, Lee was the only one who really wanted Bojan.
Who only wanted Bojan. Then it was like, all right, Grimes seems like he wants to leave. We're getting rid of Evan Fournier. All right, cool. You know what? Fine. Let's do it. And he's a scorer. You know what? He's been scoring well. Cool. He hits here, and I'm just like, man, I want the offense to do what it does, because I know he can't play defense. But if you can't play defense, if your defense is below average, your offense has to be above average to kind of justify you getting minutes. And right now, his offense is like average to slightly below, and I need it higher for him to justify getting the minutes he's getting, even when the guys come back. So until his offense and his shooting is above average, I'm going to be shaking on Bojan and Alec Burks. Like, I need those guys to be shooting 40% from three. I need Bojan to be scoring at 3 levels. Otherwise, to me, it's not good for me. That's the way I see it. And I understand it's a process. He's coming to a new team. He's getting some rhythm, but it's like, we only got 20 games left. We need to start seeing something.
Yeah. I just wanted to say also about what a little bit about what both of you said about like what Ryan mentioned about Sims. Yeah, he definitely did. The other thing that he helped us with our flow of offense. We went on a couple of runs while he was on the court, and that was because he was he's setting some great picks. He is setting some really cleaning screens.
Oh, yeah.
You know, getting shooters some good looks.
Homie fell on the floor.
Yeah,
so much that coach called a tech. He got so mad he called a tech because he picked the woo.
And it was a good pick though.
Man,
that was a good.
It was clean.
It was a good pick. He wasn't moving. So shouts out to Jericho. He definitely does find the open man or off them rebounds when he gets it. When he gets he always seems to find the open man. He found Bogey a couple times, and again, you know, he didn't. Sometimes he made it, sometimes he didn't. I like that putback dunk he did. That was nice, and it kind of helped us get some points when we were struggling in that fourth quarter. He did get so yeah. Sims is showing some growth. I like what I see. I like what I see from him a lot. On top of that, his perimeter defense is there.
Yeah,
he was almost trapping every pick and roll, almost as a trap with him. You know, he can get out there and get back. And I did think we did well in the second half or throughout the game with our rotations. Better with our rotations, not good, you know, because we were having issues, but I think we did better in allowing the non-shooter to get the open shot. A lot of time Bay would get that shot, and that when we made our comeback, they were allowing Sadiq to take the 3-point shot, take the ball out of Jalen and Deontay Hunters, because those are 2 people I mentioned in my pregame actually that I was scared of because of the length and us not having our OG or the people to match up with those type of players. So yeah, I kind of figured they would have a good game. I was more worried about them than I was Murray. And Deuce did because I know Deuce was going to do a good job, and he did. And Murray didn't go off until he got the 5 fouls really, and they had to switch off for him. You know, Deuce at the end wasn't really guarding Murray until like the last minute because he had those 5 fouls. Once he got the 5 fouls, they kind of put Dante on him more. So,
no, I agree. And shoot, in regard to Sims, I almost feel like he should be starting, but he's playing more minutes than iHeart right now. So, coaches is doing that ceremonial stuff where you're like fake starting to keep your ego up, but you're not playing as many minutes as the backup. Like, that's what the coach is doing right now. It's funny when you actually coaching versus when you're playing NBA 2K. You have to coach skills and emotion. When you coach skills and emotion, you got to do stuff like that. Like, hey, you're starting, but you're playing less minutes. But Sims is doing really well for us. I feel like teams like this, when we are overmatched with size and we have Hartenstein who's still kind of battling that Achilles, so he's not as mobile as he used to. He's not getting the blocks he used to. He's not as helping as feverishly as he was before. You kind of have to lean more on Sims, who's going to give you that size and athleticism. And coach did it today. Maybe he could have did it a little bit more. But I don't know. It is what it is. You're still trying to get Hart into some type of condition and ramp him up for the actual playoff. So I see what he did there. All right. But eventually I feel like, I'm looking at Burks minutes, 11 minutes again. He's on OB Toppin time.
Yep.
he's on OB Toppin time. You played against
my
all
bitter self, Jay.
What you said?
Yeah, saying my bitter self. I'm talking about you should have kept Grimes, man.
Grimes didn't want to be here, yo. I really feel like Grimes did not want to be here. He went to the bench. His role was in flux, and he was like, I want out. I worked the Penny Hardaway all season to learn how to expand my game, and I can't do it here. So I want out. So I think that's what happened. But it is what it is right now. It is what it is. Alec Burks is playing 11 minutes, and he's looking really Obi Toppin-ish. And everybody looking at Shake Milton like, what's up, big head? I feel like that's the sentiment of Knicks Nation. And we're going to talk about that soon. But before we talk about it, shout out to the chat. Y'all here after a loss. So y'all deserve an award because the Knicks have been losing a lot. And y'all still here talking Knicks basketball with your guys in the KOT show. If you like the show, hit the like and subscribe button. Donations are also welcome. Super chats and cash apps and all that stuff is in the chat. So it all helps. It helps us expand and do other things. Listen, I'm trying new stuff out. I know everybody liked the new looks for the YouTube ads, for the YouTube shorts. I'm trying to elicit help to expand the KOT show, and so all that stuff is going to go right back to the show. I don't buy Jordans. I don't even buy Hewins. All right, so I just try to expand the show. But salute to y'all. Salute to Alexander, Picks for Timmy, A Train. Who else is in the chat? Knicks Live. Shout out to you. Everybody else is rocking with the KOT show in the background who don't want to talk, but I just watching and enjoying. I appreciate you guys too as well, because y'all still watching, y'all still supporting the channel. All right. But yeah, so funny enough, Shake Milton has officially joined the New York Knicks, and
Shout out the World Wide West.
I start off the program like that for a reason. He shouted out World Wide West. World Wide West is the reason why he was here. He actually said in the pregame that he always dreamed of playing here. All the typical New York stuff. And I was listening to him talk, and I was like, "You play like it because you kicked our ass a lot. You better not come here and turn into a pumpkin. You better keep that same energy because when you was in Philly, you was giving us the work." But yeah, Shake Milton is here now. I want to ask you guys, what do you think the chances are that Shake Milton actually gets minutes? Because when Ian announced it, he kind of was just like, Shake is just here to be a body. But how long is the Alec Burks leash?
I'll say this. The way he sounded during his press conference, he sounded like somebody that's just here to, support the team, help them work out in practice and things of that nature. He wasn't really talking about actually getting minutes and coming on the court and things of that nature. He basically he was talking like as if he just want to be a good teammate. And I think that the Knicks are going to give Burks every chance
to fail.
Yeah, exactly.
Or succeed.
So,
my bad. That's negative. My bad.
to succeed because he's already failing right now. So
my bad.
I
got caught some Twitterish just now. My bad. Go ahead.
So I think for Shake to play, it's going to probably take a situation where the Knicks are just decimated by injuries and they have no choice and they have to put Shake out there for a few minutes, kind of like how to use Malachi Flynn when he was here.
Right.
Yes, I can't really see him getting player time like that. And once the Knicks get healthier, then that playing time is that possible playing time is going to dwindle more and more. But to be real about it, as long as Brunson is out, I mean, I'm hoping that he'll be back for the Magic game because they say it's day to day. But I think as long as Brunson is out, like if you have that opportunity to try out Shake, I don't see what's the harm in giving him 10 minutes to see what he can do because you putting Burks in the game for 11 minutes and he ain't giving you a damn thing. So
yeah,
you might as well throw Shake out there to see what he can do in 10 minutes and see if he can provide anything more than Burks is providing at the moment.
Bride is playing 45 minutes a game, dog.
Yeah.
Like, can we sit him for like 7? Can we sit him for, let's sit him for 7. Can we sit him for 7 minutes? Like you sit him for 7 minutes.
Was like, nah, I need him. You see, he took him off Murray immediately. Nope, you will not foul out this game. You will not foul out this game.
Nah, for real. Now, McBride, I would say the two positives of this game have to be McBride and Precious. And even though McBride didn't really shoot well, he still had 9 assists. He still had 11 points. And I'd be looking for little things. I'd be looking for little things to see how people progress, not even necessarily points, but just process. And I remember complaining about his handle about a month and a half ago. Watch Deuce handle the ball like a month and a half ago versus today. It's night and day. He seems way more comfortable doing hang dribbles and hesitations and going to the hole. He's done a good job going to the paint and kind of kicking it in and out to shooters. He got a lot of assists that way. And he's done a good job kind of blowing by people, taking them by surprise, but giving the pull-up middies and drawing contact at the rim. He's rounding out pretty well to be a solid backup. So even though, he's not the guy who's going to create his own shot at a high level, that's not who he is. Will he ever start to be like that? Who knows? We'll see. But I like the way he's progressing.
I do too. I definitely do. I mentioned this before. It's gonna take some time. He went from not being in the rotation to being a backup running a team. And to right now being the starter running the team. You see as each game goes by, he's gaining confidence. You see him hit the first half. To me, he played phenomenal. Like it was almost flawless to me. He's hitting people, catching his shot, relocating. That's become a big part of his game too. He's doing that very well. The more he plays, learning how to relocate and get outlets to help his teammates for passes. He also hit the sim for that. He's hitting people in their spots. He's finding people. The game got a little tight. He started thinking in the fourth quarter. You see a little difference. Like maybe. It happens. He's young. I really believe he'll be okay. He has that dog in him. He doesn't back down. He doesn't seem like he's afraid of anybody. He always seems like he's up for the challenge. He really reminds me of IQ a lot in the progression and like the what we ask for him and their mentality of not being afraid. Just let me go out there, let me work. I'm not backing down from you. I don't care who you are, type thing. And like IQ, it took some seasons to progress. Every season he added. We wanted him to get a jump shot. Said for him to get a jump shot to stay on the court. He's done that. Now the other things have to come. Just his confidence and being comfortable and picking other spots. I truly believe, like IQ had mentioned before, he said he had to learn other people's spots to help him run the point guard. I think once McBride does that, he'll be more comfortable running the team and he'll be okay.
Yeah, he'll be okay. And that confidence thing that you mentioned, Ebony, is huge because to me that was the biggest difference from last year to this year. Like to me last year he was scared to shoot. He was scared to make a mistake. Now he's playing 45 minutes, and he's shooting shots at the game on the line, and Tibbs is giving the eye like, "What are you doing?" Like kind of how you used to look at IQ sometimes.
That was a terrible shot. He had like 4 more
Yeah.
seconds on the shot clock. I think that was a brain fart of his. Maybe he thought he didn't have any time or something. Because that was a terrible shot. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
It was a
Maybe it
terrible
was
shot.
a brain fart.
But
I think he was trying to draw a foul. I think he was thinking like, the guy going over the screen, he might bump into him or something. So he just went up and just threw up the shot.
yeah, but I'd rather you take 1 or 2 terrible shots than be timid and not take any shots. Like I'd rather somebody be a little bit over aggressive than not aggressive at all. So I'll take that. You can always dial it back a little bit, But that aggressiveness kind of breeds confidence. That's like, I know I'm good enough to take this. So I'm like that lets me know that's in you. So that's what I appreciate about that. So
yeah, as I said, these injuries could definitely be a blessing in disguise. You get your best teaching from playing. So this is great for McDeuce. You feel those mistakes. You don't want to feel them again. So now okay, fourth quarter, I'm better. I have to be better in fourth quarter minutes. You start watching film and things of that nature. Because it was just a very struggling game. I remember it was a part in the game where we had like back-to-back turnovers. Like each team turned it over. You think it's gonna be a transition break, and they wound up turning it back over.
Yeah.
And then somebody went up to the bucket. I think Precious or somebody swatted it out, and they started again. And then they wound up getting a block. Precious wound up getting a block to lend us a 3 from Dante. I think that was like third quarter or so. But it was some sloppy basketball. Definitely. I just thought that we had caught stride. It wasn't going to be a fake comeback. I felt that.
Yeah, we came back for like a minute.
Yeah.
And then they started getting lucky bounces and getting 3-pointers, and then we never recovered from then again.
Yeah, tough loss, but it is what it is. I'm just looking around the corner. You got Julius Randle. I heard a report that I think Ian kind of hypothesized that Julius Randle actually might return first. He seems a little farther along in his workout routine, doing 3-a-days and stuff like that. And then right after that should be OG Anunoby. So I would keep an eye out for next week for 1 or 2 of those guys to return. Mitchell Robinson. I feel like Mitchell Robinson might be like mid to late April, if anything. That's just a guess. I haven't heard any reporting about it. That's just a guess. But we need you guys. It would be great if you could pull out a win or 2 before going on the road, because it gets crazier. The Knicks have dropped to 5th behind Orlando. No, we're tied with Orlando. And we play Orlando on Friday, and we still don't have our team. We still don't have OG Anunoby. I'm tired of losing to Orlando, guys. I'm so tired of losing to Orlando.
It's okay. We're gonna catch whoever we can get in the playoffs by surprise. I'm telling you.
That's the fact. Like I was looking at the standings. I'm like, if the Knicks finish 5th and we catch Orlando in the first round or something, that actually might be that might be bad for Orlando.
I think so.
That's gonna be bad for Orlando, because they're gonna catch us full strength. And when we match up our best and we have the playoff experience in Jalen Brunson, and like that would be a bad matchup for Orlando.
Pressure bust pipes. Orlando is a young team. What does that look like in the playoffs?
Exactly. It looks like us last year playing the Heat. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. And you have to think about it this way as well, because the fact that they're young, they might actually go into that series overconfident, thinking that, we beat up on the Knicks during the regular season. This is the playoffs. We have a legit shot at this team. And then all of a sudden, when they face that full strength Knicks and get smacked in the mouth, they're like, oh, snap. Like, oh, this is a different beast right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, fact.
That's a fact.
I forgot to talk about Detroit Burks. I almost forgot to put my 2 cents about Detroit Burks.
Uh-oh. Oh, you got more with Detroit Burks? That man's already down. We kicked the man right way down. Deuce already stole his minutes, okay? He took his job. He got traded here. He was playing less minutes. Deuce was playing less minutes than Burks, and then Deuce took his job, and now you want to kick the man down while he's down again.
Yeah.
Come on, Ebony.
Before Ebony gets into her I guess soliloquy about Detroit Burks, I do want to shout out Alexander in the chat because he said something that was very profound, and I think it should be shared to the rest of our YouTube audience. So remember earlier when I said that Burks is not contributing anything to the team? He actually is, but it's not on the court. It's to the community in New York City because he's contributing by helping to build up brownstones in the 5 boroughs of New York City with all the bricks he's throwing up on the damn court.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even his good things today, y'all, were by mistake. You understand that? Like, he did a terrible shot that it was an air ball and it was deflection that went back to him, and then he got a reverse layup. Like, it was a lot of accidental. Okay, I made shots today. Like, it was a lot of, why didn't you pass that ball? Why did you take that shot? Okay, it went in, but that was still a terrible shot. You understand? It was so many times where there was an extra pass. Like, I mean, like a better shot today from him, and he took the shot. Sometimes it went in, a lot of times it didn't. But the shot selection was still questionable, and I'm bitter. Grimes could have did this.
I want Grimes here too. Grimes didn't want to be here, yo. I feel like if Grimes wanted to be here,
hoping, Jay, that's what you hoping, so we could deal with what we got right now.
I'm not just making this up. When have you seen a player publicly show frustration in the paper during the season on the Knicks? Like, that hasn't happened all year. Not even with Cam Reddish.
You have to ask yourself why, because the people who have done it, they haven't been here very long afterwards. Maybe it's a reason you don't see that.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't think it's a hypothesis. When Fred Kratz is like, "Oh, Grimes said he pissed," like, I was like, "Uh-oh." It's like,
when he said it, yep, I was like, "Oh, he out," because Tibbs don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He out.
He out.
That's it.
He out. But yeah. All right. Let's. So is that anything? I know you. Did you get it off your chest, Alec Burks?
Yeah, Detroit Burks. That's it.
Detroit Burks.
Forever DB.
the other. 11. Yeah, 1 of 7 from 3, 5 of 14 from the field from Detroit Burks. Really, everybody sucks except for Precious. Everybody shot bad except for Precious.
Bogey had a good first half. He was the only one that was actually the positive and the plus minus in the first half. Yeah, I checked and he was the only one positive by like 1 or so, but he was the only one. So, but then it didn't transfer to the second half.
Yeah, they started hunting my man. Yeah. All right. Salute to the chat, yo. Salute to the chat. It's that time part. It's that time of the show again. You know what it is? It is the bruh. It's the bruh picks. The bruh picks are usually the worst plays of the game. Sometimes it doesn't have to be this game. It could be talking about any game that happened. Also, a bruh pick can be something stupid, something dumb, something idiotic that happened that you just want to point out and say, this is stupid, this is dumb. So let's get to it. I don't know if you guys have any bruh picks this week.
Yeah, I have a bruh pick.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Ryan G has a bruh pick. What you got, Ryan G?
Paul Pierce.
Bruh. Paul Pierce, I already, man, listen, you know what? Let me shut up because I'm about to say something really disrespectful that's crossing the line even for me. So I'm gonna wheel it back.
Go ahead. Let Arthur have it.
I'm gonna wheel it back. It was too far. In my mind, I said it. I was like, ooh, that sounds really bad.
Don't he remind you of Arthur? And I said, hey, what a wonderful time today. That Arthur?
Oh my! I be shaking the Arthur fist whenever I see him have a take. That's how I know that.
So clearly, this man has not left his playing days behind because he still think that he played for the Boston Celtics and still has that hate towards the Knicks because him and KG were talking about the Knicks. And of course, KG's giving the Knicks props, saying, Knicks are playing good and basically saying that the people want to see the Knicks and the Celtics go against each other in the Eastern Conference Finals and things of that nature. Then this guy, Paul Pierce, comes around talking about the Knicks are like an IG model, that they're a team with a lot of filters right now. Like, they're not as good as they seem, basically what he's saying.
So the catfish.
Exactly. And I'm just like, yo, like, does this guy not understand that the Knicks are hurt right now and the Knicks at full strength can pretty much battle with any team in the East? Any team, but this dude stayed throwing shade on the Knicks, and it's like, yo, I just cannot wait till the Knicks win that first round series, and my man is walking around with a Jalen Brunson jersey on for a full week.
Oh, I cannot wait.
I can't wait.
Can't wait. Wasn't he the same dude who said the Knicks will lose to the Cavs?
Of course, he has nothing good to say about the Knicks.
Never.
Nothing good. Never.
He's a hater. He's definitely a hater. That's that Celtics DNA stuff. I don't even take him seriously.
Facts.
Shoot. ESPN didn't take him seriously either. Exactly. Corny. Exactly. Corny. Exactly. That's all right. We got Big Perk. That's all. That's fine. We got a Celtic anyway. We got Big Perk.
Exactly.
That's why Big Perk is where he is, and you are where you are.
You can't see it because it's blurred, but I got it.
The bazooka.
The bazooka. I got it. I don't know, Ryan, you got another.
Do you just have the props ready just for like?
Props always on deck. I told you. I got. I'm ready to use this one. It's the can of corn.
The can corn. What's the difference between the corn and the cob?
This singular. This the big corn. You the big. Then you got the group. That's like the group.
Oh, the group.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's my only broad pick. I only got one broad pick tonight.
Gotcha. Any broad picks, Abby?
Yeah, I got two. One, Stephen A, of course. Who told him we need his opinion on everything? Who told him that we need his opinion on everything? My man's opinion on music. I barely want you to talk basketball. I don't know what I want you to talk about, Stephen A. Smith. But this man fixed his lips and said Eminem is a better rapper than Nas. And the reason he gave that is because he said, one, that Eminem is more consistent than Nas.
Bruh. Nas been consistent since the early damn 90s.
Nah, just put like 4 albums and they were all good. What are you saying? Didn't Nas just damn near win a Grammy or something like?
Yeah, he should have. People thought he should have won the Grammy.
He was nominated though.
But when the last time Eminem put up anything?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Nas been damn consistent since the early 90s. Like, that's 30 plus years.
And Stephen A copy pasted all of Kendrick Perkins' takes anyway to get back in the good graces of Knicks fans.
It's over for that. You can get that.
He is though. Like, you haven't noticed that he's just repeating all of Perk's takes lately? Knicks are the second best team in the East when healthy. Oh, you've been talking to Perk all weekend. Okay.
Exactly.
It's over for that one. We done seen your true colors, and like the great Maya Angelou says, if somebody show you who they are, believe them.
Yes.
Still I rise.
I believe you, Stephen A. I believe you.
I believe you. We don't need more people. All right.
But please stop talking about why we don't need your opinion on everything. I'm sorry. It's just leave the music part alone, please.
Yeah, I hear you.
Stephen A. being the allegations. That's all I'm gonna say. He's not being the allegations.
And he from Queens. What kind of Queens?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You?
Like
you're not riding with Nas.
Damn, man.
Lord.
Ridiculous. First Donovan Mitchell over Brunson, and then you went Eminem over Nas. It's crazy. We gotta check your card at the door, bro.
Facts.
Ah,
I got another one. This one. It kind. I had the woosah. I had to be nice and woosah. I woosah. I just said, don't be mean on here. There's no need to. Just try to be nice. I thought I was real nice about it, as nice as I could get.
oh boy, this is about to be mean, y'all.
No, it's not really gonna be
Okay.
mean. But okay, I'm just gonna say records are meant to be broken. We know this. Records are meant to be broken. Now, there's a young lady by the name of Caitlin Clark that is doing numbers in the WNBA. I'm sorry, in women's college basketball right now. So much so that her game, when she broke the record, it outviewed the NBA game. I think Wemby had some game. It outviewed his debut or something like that of that nature. So she's bringing viewership. You understand? She just broke like the all-time college record, college points. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's somebody from WFN, I believe, Geo says they need separate lists and that she doesn't belong on the same list as Pistol Pete.
Oh.
Starts making excuses on why she doesn't deserve to be on that list. Like, I have a lot of issues with that. A lot of issues. One, instead of celebrating her record, you're trying to defend her why she shouldn't be on the list in the first place, which is crazy because all you got to do is score points. She scored the points. You can't take it back. 3-point line or not, you can't take it back, okay? And half the time, we don't know what kind of talent Mr. Pistol Pete was playing against. You understand? I understand that right now in women's basketball, there's tons of talent in that college game. Like they're doing very well for viewership because there's so much talent. You got Juju, you got Hidega and Notre Dame. Like you got tons of LSU, Angel Reese. You got tons of star-worthy names in college right now already. You understand? Blockbuster names. This girl is talented. She can shoot. What does it mean how she got her points? Because now he tried to say it was no 3-point line when Pistol Pete and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Why would you discredit him? I just thought that was so disrespectful to say. Why doesn't she belong on the same list as Pistol Pete when her numbers have showed you that she's better in that aspect? She just broke his record. Bruh. Like that. Yes. That was real captain of the goof troopy. Like. Come on, like records of men. I get that's your idol. Stop putting people on pedestals, and then you won't have disrespectful ass comments like this. Like that's she doesn't belong on the same list. Come on.
I mean, if that's the case, then you shouldn't even have lists. You should have errors. If that's the case, like you should just read because if it applies to her, that applies to everybody. Because of course the game is going to change. The game changes all the time. Like there wasn't 3-point lines before. Like a few years ago, what it was like in the 70s or 80s, wasn't the 3-point line closer because they were bricking it. So it's like, do we just take away all the records that were broken in that time because the 3-point line was closer? Like you can't. You can't do that. It doesn't make any sense. It's hating. It's just hating. It is what it is.
It's old, like Fritz said, it's an old school mentality. Definitely, like old school mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Get off my lawn mentality.
Yeah, get off my lawn, shut up and dribble mentality. We ain't
cook me a dinner type mentality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sandwiches
pretty
and
much.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
All right. That's all right. Good bro pick, guys. Good bro picks. I don't have any bro picks that's coming to mind, but I appreciate y'all bro picks. And thank you guys for watching. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with the KOT show. If you like the show, hit the like and subscribe. Like I said before, super chats are welcome. It helps keep the show going and pay the bills. Help us try to expand. So appreciate you guys for watching. And shout out to everybody: Alexander, Fritz Alessandor, King Third Eye Supreme, and everybody else watching the KOT show. King Third Eye says Dante looked fatigued. Nah, he did. Shoot, even Josh Hart to me looked. No one looked more fatigued to me than Josh Hart. Like I looked at Josh Hart and it looked like he was pacing himself. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It looked like Josh Hart was like picking his spots. It's like, all right, and I'm gonna play hard here. That's not usually how he plays. So I agree. Team looked fatigued to me.
I agree. That baby first half, I was like, sit him, put Charlie Brown in. I don't care. Sit
Yo. Yeah.
Josh Hart's gonna be the happiest guy once OG's back in the lineup. He's gonna be like,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
back to 20. He's gonna be like, yes, back to 25 minutes a game.
Exactly. Back to my old role. He's shooting threes and everything, man. Shout out to Josh Hart, man. Giving his heart out there. All right. But that's the show. Thank you guys for watching. Brian, Ebony, where can he find you? Let him know.
You can find me here after every post game, every game. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mad Nick Fan. Also, I run a space, Your Take Knicks with two other gentlemen, Smitty and Brutus. Well, Smitty is, shout out to Smitty.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing other things right now, but he'll be in and out. So, yeah, we can find me in Liberty Season at VSN for Balling with the Queens.
All right. Balling with the Queens. Shout out. All right. And Ryan G, let them know where they can find you, man.
You can find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT. You can also find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIRG is CHILLIN.
All right. And you can find us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Nick of Time Show on Instagram, and the Nick of Time Show on Facebook. That is our show. Catch us next post game on Friday. Knicks versus the Magic. Hopefully we have Brunson back. Hopefully it's finally a win because I'm tired of losing to the bum ass Magic. And hopefully it starts a win streak because we got 20 games left. We slid to 5 and we just need some mojo. We need to feel good again. So let's hope all that starts to happen with 20 games left in the season. Okay. That's the show, guys. We are out of here. And as always,
shout out the worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
Some mess out here in these Knicks YouTube streets. That's the show. We out of here.
Peace.
New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of